Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just before our short break, we spoke about an interesting topic coming up because that was something that was covered in one of the points that Mr. Sengupta spoke about. So here's a new perspective, and to deliver the international keynote on the topic, Past, Present and Future, a global roadmap of diversity and inclusion. The one who will be delivering this is the president of CEC European Managers and is based in Berlin, Germany. Before being elected as the president in 2015 and 2018, he was the Deputy Secretary General of CEC European Managers for 3 years and Secretary General between 2006 and 2012. He came out in his 50s after 2 decades of confusion over his identity. He was married and had 3 children at that time. He's going to be speaking about the sensitivity needed at workplaces for LGBTQ community and his own experience in dealing with his identity in a leadership position. Ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, introducing Mr. Ludger Ramme.
Hello and good day from Europe. I'm very pleased to be invited and to have the opportunity to speak at this very important first India Diversity Conclave. It's a great pleasure and a great honor for me. And thank you so much for this invitation. I'm going to talk today about diversity in general, but I will do it together with a very personal connotation, because I am deeply touched by the facts and figures that we have concerning diversity and inclusion. So I'm not only a representative of a huge organization of managers in Europe, but I kind of lived with my life the topics that we are talking about today. Of course, I'm very aware that diversity and inclusion is not only about sexual identity. It's much more. It's about disabilities. It's about religion. It's about race. It's about sexual identity. And I would like to reach out to the audience today. And I would especially greet those amongst you who feel a little bit different. And it can be all dimensions of diversity that give you this feeling to not belong to the majority, to be different, and maybe to be in the closet and just to wait for somebody to discover you and to discover your qualities. Because with discrimination, you cannot really show who you are and what your real qualities are. And this is something that is a topic for companies, because companies are thriving to have best performance and to be attractive to customers. So you invited me because I'm a manager. I'm managing as a director the German Association of Managers and Executives in Berlin. But I'm also engaged on the European level. I'm the president of roughly 1 million managers in 15 different countries in Europe. So I'm an elected person, and I'm very proud about the fact that so many people from so many countries gave the confidence to me to represent them in the political European arena. Today, the situation in Europe is so much different from about 30 years ago when I was a young lawyer and I entered into my career. And let me tell you, it was not easy to be successful with the special history that I had. I was born in a very nice family. I had siblings, brothers and sisters, and you could say that I had a happy childhood. But then again, there was something about me that made me feel at a very early stage that I was in some way different. I didn't play soccer so much. I rather played with dolls and with girls, and I was more or less afraid of the strong boys in my school. But still, I wanted to be like everybody else. I wanted to be liked, and I wanted to be successful. And that was also the frame that I grew up in my family. It was a warm-hearted family, but also they made me this longing to be successful, to do something with my life. And that wasn't too bad. But I had difficulties to find my role. So I complied with the expectations of my family and of my society. I wanted to be a good boy. Yes, so I found a very nice wife. I got married. I have 3 sons. Now they are grown up. I'm already a grandpa. But still, something was missing in my life. And I was not really sure that I was in the place that I belonged to. And then something happened in Germany, and it happened all over Europe, that we had a change in our society, going to more acceptance of being different. There were these political parties who said that gay managers and gay people should be recognized in the same way. They should have the same equal opportunities like everybody else. And in companies, there was this learning that the company really needs the creativity and the ideas and the input from people who are different, because different was more seen as a richness and as a gift. And that gave me the confidence to develop myself, to be more courageous and speak about my different genes, my different upbringing, my different longings. And I was not alone. I'm just one of many, many men and women in Germany and in Europe who had the courage to say, well, about my sexuality, I'm attracted by the same sex and it's me. I cannot do anything about it. So it's kind of normal. It is just another way of loving. And to my surprise, there was not really a reason to be afraid of revealing this, because many, many people told me, oh, thank you for being so open. And we really think that you are a wonderful person. So welcome. And I have to tell you, it took a stone from my heart to have this wonderful experience of being supported, not only by my family, by my wife, by my children, by my parents. And my parents, when I came out, I told them, they said, listen, son, we have always known this for somehow you were different, but we wanted to protect you because society was not ready to embrace different people. But today, society is prepared and is ready to embrace difference. So I'm a lucky guy, and I say thank you so much to everybody I met who supported me. And I will tell you, the day I revealed my sexuality to my board of directors in my organization, they said, thank you for being so open, and we will continue our great career together. And so nothing is going to happen. And it also gave me a lot of strength and a lot of confidence. And I have to say, there are also people who will never learn and accept that. There are people who are afraid of difference, who are afraid of people who are in a different way brought up or reacting in a different way. So these people you have to accept from my side as well. I mean, I cannot force anybody to accept homosexuality. Why should I? So I give these people the same freedom that I am reclaiming. And so there is no room for conflict or for fight. So I give freedom because I receive freedom. So we are talking about mainly companies and the HR department. How should they react to this new way of looking at diversity? And I think acceptance of difference is a true HR issue, because companies recognize more and more that the missing creativity and talent of the people who are other people, who are colorful and diverse, that is not beneficial for the company to neglect that. Instead, they should embrace difference. And I can only assure you that today I'm engaged in advocating for diversity at the workplace. So I transformed my personal experience in my political activities. And that is a privilege which I'm very grateful for. So I'm also an example for coming out even later in your life. So if there's anybody amongst you who thinks I'm not ready yet, so I wait, you can wait, but you can come out later. It's not a problem. And by being open and authentic, we can transform into the best version of ourselves. And this is a benefit to everybody, to companies, to societies, and last not least, to yourself. So coming to the end of my intervention, and for giving some more room for some questions maybe, what do I recommend to HR responsibles, also in your country, in India? Make your workplace a safe haven of tolerance and acceptance of diversity. You and your company will benefit from it. The second point I make is attract LGBTQI persons, that is all different sexes persons, to work in your company, because your company will collect the richness of ideas. And that is a very, very important point in the competition worldwide. If you have the creativity on your side, your company will be successful. And then, if you can, you should support LGBT networks. And please put an end to any sort of discrimination, because people will be proud to work in your company and people will be proud to be your customers if you act like that. So I thank you so much for your attention and I'm open to questions. Thank you so much.